everyone, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window. I am so thankful you took the time and wanted to quilt with me. We are moving along on our quilt. This is just amazing. Our Rainbow Alaska, it is just coming so beautifully. We are gonna be working today on a block number 6 and block number 12. Oh, I am so excited for you. We're almost there. One more week and we're gonna have our quilt done. So excited. So let's start with what's in our quilting basket and what you need to make this block. Some of you are working from our pre-cut kits and you guys having so much fun, and I am so thankful you making such a good progress. So this is what I did. I took my blocks out of that box and all the pieces are pre-cut for me. This is block number 6 and block number 12, and I'm gonna put them right by me. Then I'm going to use my acrylic templates. They're gonna be next to me as well. The girls that are cutting your own fabrics, they're using the acrylic templates for cutting the fabrics, and you can visit our first video where I showed you how I cut all the pieces. So that's the templates, but I'm using my templates to mark the pieces when I'm sewing and just to trim things up and square things up. We have learned that in our last video. Wasn't that a good tip? It helped you. I know it did. You left me such a good comments. You're gonna need a pattern, and in the pattern I always keep the pattern right next to me too, because I can open on the page, put my pieces in the right position, so that always stays right next to me. Anyone that is just joining us in, we do have few of the Alaska Rainbow regular fabric kits still in stock, so you're welcome to grab one. We only have few left, so please make sure you grab your own and you will cut the pieces and you'll be having so much fun, and your results going to be just as beautiful as ours. Then some of you guys are working with olive branch bundle and this beautiful color splash roll, and yes, thank you so much for all the lovely comment. And yes, I'm going to show you my blocks. I am so excited for that quilt, and I'm looking forward to lay out all my blocks and see the beautiful results on the scrappy version. Make sure you visit our blog for detailed step-by-step and a little bit extra help between the video and the blog. We are ready, set, go. Today's blog has a lot of pieces, but guess what? I believe in you. We can do that. You have done block number 1, super simple. Then we add a little bit of a diamonds to it. Then another simple one. Then we already did once before. We have 8 diamonds in it. You've got this. Come on, let's do it. We're gonna start by laying our pieces. We need A diamonds, 4 of them. Diamond A in green. Then we have 4 diamonds in navy blue. Low accent of half diamond B right there, and then light on each side. And notice this right here and right here has the darker low gray creamy fabric, so pay attention to that. Position this in the right places. Then right here again the darker light for those half diamond B, and we have a D in green, 1 2 3, and 1 in that gray right there. And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna grab our pieces. Let me grab this one right here. We're gonna place it right sides together. We're gonna use our templates. Remember, let me grab a template right there. We're gonna use our beautiful templates for marking, so you can mark your pieces marked right here, and we're gonna then sew on those marks once we put our pieces right sides together, just like this. Start sewing from the top straight down. Beautiful. As soon as you finish sewing one side, notice it, I already have it done. I'm gonna open that seam, open it up. Wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead, grab another half diamond B. I'm gonna match it up. This point goes all the way down here. Sew it, open it up, and I have a beautiful wedge. Now I'm gonna repeat this 8 times with my colors that are right there, the greens, then the lights, the grays. keep sewing. And in this case, I'm being very careful. I'm sewing one unit at a time because it's so easy to grab those and move them over here. And notice the difference in color. This is low gray, this is low light. So keeping one unit at a time, one unit at a time, keeps me organized. And I will make all of those, and let me show you how they look. I just finished some of them for you. So let's move this over. Oh, I am so excited. This is really moving nice. So I finish my light ones. This is the gray, and this one. Remember, we went ahead and opened the seams and noticed there was a little point sticking up, and I went and grabbed my scissors right there and trimmed it very gently because I didn't want the dark point peeking right through my fabric. I want it to be nice and light. So right there, and if needed, you go ahead and grab this template just like this. You place it right over. Oh, I need a little trimming. So I would go ahead and grab my rotary and trim and trim. Every time you trim just tiny bit, you end up making things beautiful, and everything is gonna look wonderful when you sew your block together. So many amazing results. Thank you so much for posting your pictures. And as soon as you finish all of the wedges with the diamond A and two half diamond B, you're gonna go ahead and add a triangle D to the corner. I place it, sew it, flip it open. This time I'm pushing my seam allowance towards the corner. Remember, there's a lot of bulk here. We don't want to open it up this time because we don't mind that this fabric is behind the green one. We just want to push it, and we want it nice and flat and not so bulky right there on the point. As you stitching, pay attention that you don't lose a point right here. As soon as you finish all the units, you're gonna go ahead and sew them into sets of two. Look at this. Doesn't this look wonderful? Sets of two. We're gonna place those right sides together, and this is important. You can mark where you're gonna sew, but the most important is lift this up gently. Look at what I just did. I rolled the edge. I checked that this seam and this seam are matching, and I'm gonna grab my pin and I'm gonna make sure I pin this because I wanted that transition right here, right there to be perfect. And I'm gonna sew it. As soon as I finish sewing, I go ahead, flip it open, and I open the seam, and I will repeat to make 4/4 of the block. Oh, I can tell you want to see how I did. Oh, how did we do it? Did it work out wonderful? And yes, it did. I am so proud of you. And I have to tell you, with every time I'm making another block and another block, I can really feel good about it, and things are getting better and better every time. As soon as you finish, remember, open that seam. Look how nice this match. Perfect. Now remember that little tip we learned at last time. You're gonna place your ruler. You're gonna match this line right through the middle of your ruler, your 45-degree line with the middle seam, and you can go ahead, if needed, gently trim it on this side and this side. Gently trim it. That way you have perfect 90 degrees right there. Super. As soon as you finish, guess what? You're gonna go ahead and place those two right sides together. Right sides together again. I'm gonna roll that edge, double check. Yes, the seams are matching. I'm gonna put a pin in it. Beautiful. Hold it in place for me. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I start sewing from the top straight down. Finish up. Open it up, do the same thing on this side, right sides together, open it up, and now I have two halves, and now those two halves, I'm gonna pin it in the middle, just like this, and sew it from the middle out to the outside, from the middle out to the other side. And guess what? You have just finished another block, block number 6. Oh, girls and boys, so excited for you. Block number 6. How wonderful. I am looking forward to finish my quilt and put it all my blocks together. This looks wonderful. Let's flip it in the back. Yes, all the seams are wonderfully open. Everything is perfect. Just gently press it. And I want to address another thing that I have been asked. So notice it when you touch this middle, there's a lot of seams coming together. On average, 8 of them coming together. So a lot of pieces of fabric. So what you need to do is make sure, don't grab your iron and start pressing that center really hard. Use a pressing cloth. That would help you not to shine the edges of your beautiful, beautiful fabric. And I have to tell you, I absolutely love those wool low pressing mats. So if you're treating yourself for something nice for the holidays, make sure grab yourself one of those beautiful pressing mats. So as soon as your block number 6 is finished, you will go ahead and move on to making the next block, what is block number 12. But before I show you how to make a block number 12, you guys were so excited that I went ahead and showed you my blocks, the scrappy version one. Oh, look at this, and look what I did. Look what I did. Instead of doing green, I went with a little bit more blue in this quilt because my son Michael loves blue. So I tweaked the colors just a little bit, and notice I put a green right here, but those two are matching. Then I went with a low teal and teal here. I have also have a nice teal here. The navies end up to be two different kind of navy, 2 polka dot and 2 a fun low print. It's your quilt. You can do whatever you want to with it. Just make sure that if you're making 4 of those, make 4 exact the same, because that way you have that perfect balance on your quilt. You don't want to make each block different. And remember, block number 6, we're gonna make 4 times. We made it 1 time here, but we need to do 3 more for a total of 4 blocks. Oh, this is so exciting. I cannot wait to show you this quilts to be finished. But before we move on to dreaming about finishing the quilt, we have another block to do, block number 12, and this one is half the work than block number 6. Let me show you all the pieces we are going to use, and we need light half diamond B. We need those little bit of a gray background right here for those wedges. We have a beautiful pink diamond A, and we have 2 lovely reds diamond. Then we going down to those burgundies. Oh, those colors are just like a fire, burning beautifully. So those dark red and burgundy, and then we have the pinks for the corner. And again, you're gonna make 1 block with me, but then you're gonna repeat it, and we're making 4 block number 12 all together. All right, so the first step, we're gonna start by making this unit where we take diamond A and half diamond B and sew it together. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't forget, mark your pieces if you still need it. Press it open. Sew this side, open, and you're gonna repeat it 4 times because we have 4 of those diamonds. As soon as you finish this, you're gonna go ahead, place this triangle right here, triangle D on the top of a C wedge, and sew it straight down. Press that seam open. Repeat it 4 times because we have 4 of them in each corner. So, and keep up with the colors. Make sure, just like I told you, 1 little unit at a time. So we have 4 of those. Super, all done for you. Then we go ahead and we just made this beautiful units. Oh, they are so exciting. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And boy, I have a little surprise for you guys. Yes, I'm gonna tell you what is our next quilt along today. Shh, it's a surprise. I know. I hope you are as excited as I am. I have something super special for you. So right there, I just finished all the units, and guess what? Where is my template? Standing right there. So with my template, I'm gonna make sure that I did a good job. And if anything needs to be trimmed, trim, make sure everything is square out. Perfect. Now I'm gonna sew 4 sets just like this, 4 corners of this block. Do you see it? So I grab it, place it right sides together, sew it straight down. Keep a nice steady 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure you're using a beautiful thread, and I'm using weight 50 from Aurifil, and I'm using the 2310. It is wonderful. It's light. It matches with my backgrounds. It blends beautifully. So I'm gonna sew it right there. Flip it open my seams. Make sure you're using nice Macrotex needle 70. I'm using very thin needle when I'm sewing. The same right here. Sew it, flip it open. Here and here. You're gonna make 4 corners. Let me show you how I did. Oh, this is super exciting. This is super exciting. There it is, 4 corners of the block. Oh, I cannot wait. Looks so nice. Perfect. And don't forget, grab that ruler, place it right over, just like this, right here. Look at that. Yes, and take your rotary, trim it. Super. Oh, I had to trim tiny bit more this time to get it really nice. So important. I have one, then another one. So I sewed my units into sets of 2. Every seam is open. Another one. Trim it. Super. I tell you, that little bit of trimming, but if it's on every one, that is what is stopping you from making a perfect block. So make sure you square things up. I would have done this one next, and now I would sew this with this, right sides together. All that I have to worry is make sure that I match perfectly my center. I match it, sew it straight down, flip it open, do the same thing here, sew it, flip it open, and now I have 2 halves and 2 halves sewn together, make a full block. Look how nice this look. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Everything worked out so nice. All the seams are open. Oh, I am so excited. This is gonna be a wonderful block. And I can tell, again, you are looking forward to that scrappy version. And guess what? This time, from that bundle right here, I had some purples and I could not stop myself. I had to pick them out. So I use pinks for the corner. I use some woven, and my advice to you, if you're working with wovens, make sure you use best spray. Spray it from the back, starch that fabric really nice, give it a little stiffness, because I noticed that fabric was giving me a little bit of a trouble, was stretching and pulling, and it was very flimsy. So giving that little spray to it allow me to stay nice and stiff, and help me make a beautiful block. And then I did a one light purple, 2 darker one, and a really dark one, and I used that plum for here instead of burgundy. Oh, this is gonna be just wonderful. I am so excited. Oh, Michael is gonna love this. So a little purple with blue is gonna be just beautiful. Look at it. Those are my scrappy blocks. Doesn't it look great? This is gonna be so nice. Oh, I am so thankful you took the time and wanted to quilt with me today. So we just finished 2 more blocks for our quilt. We only have 2 blocks left that we need to repeat 4 times. So remember, the block number 12, you're gonna make your block, and you're gonna make total 4 blocks of block 12. So 4 blocks 12, and then this is the block that we have left right here and right here. I know it looks like you're seeing double, but be careful. Those are mirror image. So they're exact the same pieces, but there's a little bit reversal of a color. So we're gonna talk about it next week. And with this block, we're gonna address our last block of the quilt. What is block 13. We only make one of those for the center, and I cannot wait to show you how to make that block, and I am so super excited for you. And next week we're also gonna talk about sewing our blocks into the row, sewing rows together, adding the borders, and a little bit of ideas for borders for quilting and a binding. Aren't you excited? One more week and we're almost done, and then it's gonna be a wonderful Thanksgiving. But in the meantime, I wanted to address some things. A lot of you guys have emailed me and send us a nice messages. Please make sure when you're posting pictures, hashtag them Alaska Rainbow Quilt Along. Hashtag Alaska Rainbow Quilt Along. I am so happy to see your pictures. You're doing fantastic. So now questions. What is our next quilt along? Let me show it to you. We have so many wonderful things that have been happening, and one of my favorite things that have happened, Andover just released my first collection that I have designed with them, called Blue Sky. They really released this collection. Because look at this, I can't even say that. And one of my personal favorite quilts were our Winter Village. Our Winter Village quilt. Our next quilt along for 8 weeks, we're going to be making beautiful houses and quilting together and making just this most wonderful winter village. Are you in? I hope you are. If you're joining us in, make sure you grab a kit. We're gonna start in January, so it's not before the holidays. I have some Christmas projects for you guys and just, all different fun things. But in January, we're going to do our Quilt Along Winter Village, and I cannot wait you join us in. Now, another thing that I want to show you, so we have a kit. Kit includes everything, including the appliques, plenty of fabric, and all that you needed is the pattern and a kit. Or you can just get a pattern and work from your own fabrics. Grab that stash, open it up, pick up some nice blues, and let's make a beautiful winter village. Another wonderful question that I want to answer right now was, what is the quilts that are standing right next to our Alaska Rainbow? So this quilt right here is our maze quilt. It's this beautiful pattern, and it is beautiful. And this one was made with our royal blue collection. It is just stunning. So this is a perfect, and it's a large quilt, 88 by 88. That's a nice size quilt. And on this side we have our beautiful Norway pattern. It's a free pattern on our website. You can download it from our website. It's wonderful, super simple. And here is our New York Beauty. Oh, I love this quilt. It is delightful. The pattern is available also on our website, New York Beauty, and we have beautiful templates right here. Definitely going to do that as one of our videos, because I know you want to learn how to make a beautiful New York Beauty without using paper piecing. This one is just templates, and now you are pro in doing the templates, and you're doing so well. So I'm proud of you and so excited for you. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to quilt with you, and I cannot wait for next week, where we're gonna have a reveal of our beautiful Alaska Scrappy quilt, and cannot wait to see all your beautiful Alaska Rainbow quilts. Happy quilting, and see you next week.